to inspire our work. We sincerely appreciate the enabling environment provided for platforms like this summit to strive and to contribute meaningfully to national development. Our special appreciation also goes to the Federal Capital Territory Administration, the proud host city of this summit. Abuja remains a symbolic home for unity, dialogue, and progress, and we are honored to host this national discussion here at the heart of our nation. To every partner, government institution, private sector organization, development agency, and NGO, I say thank you. Your partnership demonstrates your commitment to a peaceful, prosperous, and purposeful Nigeria. Your presence today confirms that Nigeria's social impact community is strong, united, and ready to build a better future. Ladies and gentlemen, Nigeria is changing. Africa is changing. The world is changing. And it is our responsibility to ensure that social impact, peace, and inclusive development remain at the center of this change. As we begin this historic gathering, let us do so with unity, clarity of purpose, a renewed belief in our shared destiny. The future of our country depends on the choices we make today. Choices rooted in peace, justice, innovation, and collective purpose. Permit me to conclude with an African proverb that speaks directly to the purpose of today's summit. If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. Today, we all choose to go far, together, for youth, for peace, and for the development of Nigeria. Welcome to National Social Impact Leaders Summit 1.0. Thank you all. God bless our leaders. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you so much, and thank you for putting your hands together for him one more time. Please let's celebrate him. Thank you for welcoming us and for charting the course. All right, Honorable Minister, and my essay on SDGs, please can we take 2 or 3 goodwill messages before we now get to you to give your speeches. The first person I'd like to bring up is the CEO and founder of Wellmark's Bristol Schools Limited, Mrs. Faith Ogulu. Please put your hands together for her. Celebrate her as she comes up. K16 Media and K16, please get ready. Celebrate her as she comes. Let's put your hands together for her. I'm trying to move very, very fast. Thank you for welcoming us and for charting the course.
Distinguished delegates, esteemed partners, honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is with profound honor and heartfelt delight that I extend my goodwill message to all participants and stakeholders gathered for the maiden edition of the National Social Impact Leaders Summit NSILS 1.0. This summit turning point in our collective journey toward building a more peaceful, inclusive, and sustainable Nigeria. It represents the courage to dream, the strength to unite, and the determination to act, all of which are essential ingredients for national transformation. I celebrate the vision and leadership of Ambassador Marcus Odianose Uhulu and the Marcus Odianose Foundation for Peace and Sustainable Development, whose commitment to youth empowerment, peace building, innovation, and community development continues to inspire many across the country and beyond. This timely summit is a testament to what is possible when passion meets purpose. The theme, reimagining social impact, youth, peace, and development in a changing Nigeria, reflects the pressing need to rethink our approaches to leadership, collaboration, and nation building. At a time when young people are rising with ideas, innovations, and resilience, it is crucial that we create platforms such as these to amplify their voices and nurture their contributions. As stakeholders from various sectors, governments, civil society, academia, private industry, development partners, and faith communities come together, I am confident that the conversations held today will plant seeds of progress that will shape our nation for generations. Your contributions will inform policies, strengthen institutions, inspire innovation, and bridge divides. I encourage every participant to fully engage, exchange ideas, and explore meaningful partnerships that will drive the National Social Impact Action Plan, NSIAP 2026 to 2028, towards real and measurable impact. May this summit ignite new perspectives, deeper unity, and a renewed dedication to peace and social progress in Nigeria. I wish you all a successful and impactful summit. Thank you and God bless. Your contributions will inform policies, strengthen institutions,
Thank you very much, ma'am.
inspire innovation.
At this point, I'd like to bring to the microphone very quickly the creative lead for K16 Media, Mr. Ihanyi Carlo. Please celebrate him as he comes up.
And explore meaningful partnerships that will
You're very welcome,
drive the
sir.
National Social Impact Action Plan.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen,
NSIAP 2026 to
distinguished
2028
guests,
towards
I will
real
stand on
and
example
measurable impact.
and make this
May
very
this
brief. I
summit
really want
ignite
to
new
congratulate
perspectives,
the
deeper
organizers of the
unity,
NSILS
and a
Summit,
renewed dedication to
and
peace
the
and
convener,
social progress in
Ambassador
Nigeria.
Marcus
I
Ugogu,
wish you all a successful and
And on
impactful
behalf of
summit. Thank you
the
and God bless.
K16 Media and every other creative agency out there. We understand that this is one of the avenues where ideas are formed that will push the nation forward in various ways, especially in my industry, the creative industry, because we look at the industry as the future of Africa. And we understand the pivotal essence of creativity in the world we live in today. Distinguished guests, I really want to encourage each and every one of us here and encourage our participation and our indulgence towards driving this change we all desire, not just in Nigeria but across the nation. The challenges we dream to overcome, the K16 Media and every other creative agency. Once again, I would like to appreciate us for being here. We understand that one of the distinguished guests and honorable. Thank you very much. And I wish us all a successful summit, a successful gathering. And I pray that this will yield to future and greater avenues for us to even do greater work in the future. Thank you very much. In the world we live in today. I really want to encourage.
Thank you very much for being that brief. You know I'm trying to battle with time because we still started very late. Okay, at this time, I'd like to welcome all the way from the Nigerian Correctional Services prisons. Don't worry, you're not arresting anybody here. The Deputy Controller General. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me put your hands together and make welcome Dr. Yakubu D. Chidama. Please put your hands together for him. He's wearing my kind of cap. Please celebrate him as he comes up. I'm happy you're not arresting anybody. There's no handcuff or anything. You're welcome, sir.
Sorry, thank you.
Thank you very much for being that.
Point of correction.
You know I'm trying to.
I'm Deputy Controller of Correction, not Deputy Controller General.
Okay,
Yes, I'm Barrister Yakubu Chidama, not Doctor.
Services.
All right.
Maybe I was prophesying.
Okay, thank you so much.
The Deputy Controller General. Ladies and
specifically,
gentlemen, please help me put your hands together and make welcome
the
Dr.
Controller
Yakubu
General
Chidama. Please put your hands
did
together
not
for him.
prepare a speech
He's
for
wearing
this
that kind of cap.
occasion.
Please celebrate him.
However,
Celebrate him as he comes
I am
up.
directed to represent the Controller General in this very
I'm happy.
important
I'm not
occasion.
arresting anybody. There's no handcuff or anything.
Looking at the youth,
Welcome, sir.
when I am talking about the youth, point of correction, we also look at Nigerian Correctional Service as having Controller General. Great number of youths behind the wall, as we popularly call. All right.
Maybe I was prophesying.
So there is that need
The Deputy Controller General.
for occasion like this,
Make welcome.
that the Nigerian Correctional Service be part of it, so that the message for the youth will extend to the youth who are there behind the wall. We know peace is in the society. When I am talking about the youth, requires collaboration at all service ramifications, as having great number of those that are there behind the wall, our youth who are in constant conflict with the law, so are there for just particular moments of time, after which they will come back to the society. So the need for developing their initiatives, for making them viable and important, not only during the regime of their imprisonment, but at the time they are opportune, or they are let out to meet with fellow youths in the society. There should be a very good blending. So I commend the conveners and the organizers of this occasion on behalf of my Controller General that please, whatever we do as member of the society, let us remember that we have great number of youth there behind the wall that needs our presence and our assistance. Not only so, I thank you very much as we deliberate on this very important occasion. We will focus and remember that we have something to offer to the youth that are there behind the wall, kept by the law for the purpose of reformation, rehabilitation, and reintegration back to the society as lawful and abiding youths. Thank you so much. Member of the society, let us remember that we have great number of youth there.
Thank you very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me put your hands together one more time for Barrister Dr. Chidama.
Thank you very much as we deliberate.
Thank you very much, sir. All right, to speak to us on sustainable development goals as a pathway to peace, youth empowerment, and national prosperity. From the Office of the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Sustainable Development Goals, please help me make welcome Mr. Desmond Utomwe. Please put your hands together for him. Here representing the SSA to the President. Please celebrate him as he comes up.
Lawful and abiding youths. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome, sir. So before you came in, we were developing a culture of liking things. So I want to say I like your hair. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me put your hands together one more time for Barrister Dr.
Thank you so very much, OJ.
Thank you very much.
My name is Desmond
All
Utomwe.
right, to speak to us.
Let me say I'm standing here as Desmond
Pathway
Utomwe
to peace, youth
I will just speak
empowerment, and
briefly
national prosperity.
about the relationship
Office of the
between the
Senior Special
SDGs
Assistant to the
and
President
peace.
on Sustainable Development
Because
Goals.
peace is a cardinal point of the SDGs in Goal 16, precisely.
Utomwe. Please put your hands together for
Good
him.
morning, everyone.
Here representing
I am
the
delighted to
President.
join you on this maiden edition of the National Social Impact Leaders Summit. I commend the organizers, particularly Marcus Odzianisi Ogele Foundation, for
Liking things. So I want to say I like your hair.
Peace and sustainable development, for bringing together change makers committed to shaping a more peaceful, inclusive, and prosperous Nigeria. Today's theme, reimagining social impact, youth, peace, and development in changing Nigeria, could not be more timely. Nigeria is at an inflection point. We face complex challenges, but we also possess one of the greatest assets any nation can have. That is the creativity, resilience, and innovation of our young people. Achieving sustainable development goals requires exactly this: bold imagination, strong partnerships, and leadership rooted in social impact. Across SDG's agenda, from quality education and decent work to peace, justice, and strong institutions, young Nigerians are driving community solutions, shaping public discourse, and building bridges across divide. As government must continue to create enabling environments that allow youth-led initiatives to thrive, and I believe the government is doing. Government must continue to invest in skills, strengthen institutions, promote peace building, and ensure no one is left behind. The summit provides an important platform for forging these collaborations. So let me assure you that on our side, we will continue to support and will remain committed to working with all stakeholders, government, civil society, private sector, and other partners to accelerate progress for Nigeria. We all envision peaceful, inclusive, and sustainably developed. Once again, I want to congratulate the organizers, thank every participant, and encourage everyone to seize this moment to innovate, collaborate, and to drive the change that our nation needs. Thank you very much, and God bless you all. So let me assure you that on our side,
thank you very much, Mr. Desmond. I only wish I could get some hair because I don't have any. Thank you very much, sir. Okay, at this point, we would like to hear from the Director, African Bridge Initiative. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me put your hands together and make welcome Mr. Taiwo Okolua. Please celebrate him as he comes up.
once again,
You're very welcome, sir.
the organizers, thank every participant, and encourage everyone to seize this moment to innovate, collaborate.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here this morning from Africa Bridge Initiative, Lagos, Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Mr. Desmond.
Building peace in Nigeria
Get some hair, 'cause
is becoming like a mirage
Thank you very much, sir.
because my brothers and sisters are being killed in Borno State every day. I'm from the southwest, but I have a lot of my friends that we did youth service together who are still living in Nasarawa, in Jigawa, in Yobe State, in Niger State. So, that is why we are here. How do we save my country called Nigeria? I want to especially appreciate and thank the Ambassador, Marcos, for this powerful vision towards building peace and involving the youth of Nigeria. Please, a round of applause for Ambassador Marcos. Precisely close to a year, we're at a hotel in Lagos, Nigeria, and the discussion online, synergy, partnerships can begin from this room. Don't take it for granted. This is how we met in Lagos, and now we are taking it to the next level. A new vision for Nigeria, a new vision for 2027 for Aso Rock can begin in this room. God bless Nigeria. Towards building peace. peace and involving the youth of Nigeria. Please get on.
I'm glad you ended your speech by talking about Aso Rock because we're about to hear from them.
Close to
At this point, ladies and gentlemen,
hotel in Lagos, Nigeria.
to speak to us about social innovation and impact measurements for NGOs and youth leaders from the office of the Honorable Minister of Youth Development. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Mr. Augustine Udo, representing the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Youth Development. Please put your hands together for him as he comes up.
In this room. God bless Nigeria.
I thought this was the if police band were here, they would have played that thing they used to play. Bang, bada, bang, 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 or something like that. You're very welcome, sir.
Thank you. Good morning, all. It's actually my pleasure to be here today. From the onset, I had the mindset of just giving goodwill, but I want to thank the leaders and the organizers of this event for organizing a social impact leaders summit. But let me still put in a few remarks from the Permanent Secretary. The representative of the SSA to the President on SDGs, the representative of NDLA, the Deputy Controller of Corrections, my pleasure to be here today. The organizers and our esteemed guests here seated, participants, and my colleagues. Good morning. But I want to thank the leaders. Nigeria, a country with one of the largest youth populations in the world, is at a critical juncture in its development. Our youth, who are often referred to as the leaders of tomorrow, must be empowered today. The representative, we cannot afford to wait. The dynamic landscape in which we live, characterized by new technologies, shifting economic realities, social challenges, and evolving global trends, demands that we rethink ways to engage with young Nigerians in the pursuit of peace, development, and social progress. Social impact is about creating positive change that touches people's lives in profound ways. But this impact is not simply about charity or short-term aid. It is about creating sustainable solutions that address the root cause of inequality, injustice, and underdevelopment in Nigeria. In reimagining social impact, we must focus on a youth-driven model for peace and development. The Nigerian youth represents a diverse, diligent, resilient, and resourceful force capable of driving transformative change. However, for the youth to play this critical role, they need more than just hope. They need opportunity, education, and an enabling environment to thrive. The challenges we face, economic instability, unemployment, political and social unrest, cannot be solved by the government or international organizations alone. These challenges require the active participation of the youth who have the energy, creativity, and passion to forge solutions. In the face of adversity, our young people have continuously demonstrated their capacity for resilience. However, they need the right tools in the form of education, mentorship and access to capital, and platforms that allow them to meaningfully engage in societal transformation. One of the critical areas in reimagining the role of youth in Nigerian society is the connection between peace and development. These two elements are not mutually exclusive. They are deeply intertwined. Peace is the bedrock upon which development is built, and youth are the peace builders of tomorrow. However, too often, the youth are depicted as the perpetrators of violence and unrest. While there is no denying that in some regions of Nigeria, mentorship and access to capital, disillusionment and lack of opportunity have led some young people to resort to violence, we must look beyond the surface. We must understand that the root causes of unrest are systemic issues like poverty, lack of access to education, corruption, and political disenfranchisement. These are the forces that fuel youth frustration. If we are to build peace, we must address these foundational issues. We must invest in creating peaceful communities where youth have a sense of belonging, agency, and purpose. Through initiatives such as community dialogue, conflict resolution workshops, youth leadership programs, we can foster a culture of peace. But it is not enough to just provide peace in isolated pockets. We must think of peace as a national project, one that involves every citizen, especially the youth, in dialogue, understanding, and collective action. My ministry is committed to this vision. Through our various youth engagement platforms, we are working to empower young Nigerians to become active participants in the peace-building process, whether through educational programs that teach non-violence, conflict resolution, or through civic engagement initiatives that connect young people with the governance process. We are laying the groundwork for a generation of peace builders. As I stand before you today, I urge you all, government officials, business leaders here, community organizers, youth advocates, to rethink how we engage with young Nigerians. They are not just the beneficiaries of social programs, but the drivers of social change. We must create a system where young people have access to quality education, employment opportunities, mentorship, and platforms for political and social participation. In doing so, we empower them not just to seek jobs, but to create jobs, not just to demand peace, but to be the architects of peace. To the youth of Nigeria, I say, you are not the leaders of tomorrow, you are the leaders of today. You are the innovators, the peace builders, and the change makers who will shape the future of this nation. The government is committed to supporting you in this journey, but you must take the first step. The responsibility is not just with the government, but with every Nigerian citizen, every parent, and every community leader. We must invest in our youth because they hold the key to a peaceful, prosperous, and united Nigeria. Thank you. God bless you all, and God bless Nigeria. Architects of peace. To the youth of Nigeria, I say.
Thank you very much, sir. That was a very concise and powerful message from the Ministry of Youth. All right. This particular program is not just all about speeches. We have a few things that we are going to learn from. At this point, I'd like to welcome to the stage the Ikemba group. They have a special message for us culturally. Ikemba group, you have the floor.
Peaceful, prosperous, and united Nigeria. Thank you. God bless you all, and God bless Nigeria. Architects of peace. To the youth of Nigeria, I say.
Thank you very much, sir. That was a very concise and powerful message. Ikemba group, if you're not ready, let me continue with the program. This particular program is not just all about speeches. All right, I can't keep everybody waiting, so at this time, we'll proceed while we wait for them. At this point, I'd like to welcome to the stage the Ikemba group. They have a special message for us. So, Ikemba group, they call what I'm holding a mic, MIC. And in our profession, we say it means man in charge. So as the man in charge, I have the authority to alter the program a little bit. Ambassador, with your kind permission, I'd like to just go around it a little bit. At this point, while we're waiting for the Ikemba group, can we have a second keynote address from the NDLEA? Ladies and gentlemen, with a good round of applause, please help me put your hands together and welcome with me the Deputy Director, Counseling, Treatment and Rehabilitation from the NDLEA, representing the CCEO. Ladies and gentlemen, help me put your hands together and welcome Mrs. Angela Oluchi Weke. Please celebrate her as she comes up. And in our profession, we say you're very welcome, man in charge. So as a man in charge, I have the authority to alter the program a little bit. Ambassador, with your kind permission,
good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Around it a little bit.
It is
At this point,
my honor to read the keynote address by the Chairman, Chief Executive Officer
ladies and gentlemen,
of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Mara, retired, CON OFR, at this National Social Impact Leaders Summit organized by the Marcus Odianese Uhuru Foundation for Peace and Sustainable Development. Please, I'll beg to stand on the existing protocol. And whatever I'm going to say now is from the general, not from me. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor for me to be here today, and I sincerely appreciate the Marcus Odianese Uhuru Foundation for Peace and Sustainable Development for this invitation. The foundation has consistently demonstrated the leadership. It's not just about title, but about service. And today's gathering reflects exactly that. People committed to building a Nigeria where peace, development, and social stability can thrive. We meet at a time when our nation is confronted with social and security challenges. More than ever, Nigeria needs leaders who understand that social impact is not theory. It is practical, measurable, and transformative. Social impact leadership influences how communities thrive, how young people behave, how conflicts are prevented, and ultimately, how a nation develops. Across the world, societies that prosper are those where leaders take deliberate actions to uplift their communities by shaping values, creating opportunities, and building systems that strengthen resilience. In Nigeria, the task before us is even more urgent because the social fabric is under strain from forces that continue to threaten peace and stability. One of the strongest of these forces is the pervasive threat of drug abuse. Today, drug abuse sits at the intersection of crime, insecurity, and social instability. Behind many cases of banditry, kidnapping, violent extremism, domestic violence, and even road accidents, there's often the influence of illicit drugs. Drug abuse destroys judgment, fuels aggression, distorts value, and weakens the social structures that holds families and communities together. When drug abuse takes root among the youth, it becomes not just a public health crisis, but a national security emergency. This is why drug control is not just the responsibility of the NDLEA. It is central to sustainable development and national security. No country can grow its economy, strengthen institutions, or achieve peace when its youth population is under the heavy burden of substance abuse. Sustainable development requires a healthy, productive, and focused population. National security requires discipline, stable and law-abiding citizens, and peace requires communities where positive values are protected and promoted. Drug abuse undermines all this. At the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, our strategic response is both firm and forward-looking. We continue to dismantle drug trafficking networks through intelligence-led operations and international collaborations. We are expanding our drug demand reduction programs to ensure that prevention, treatment, and rehabilitation receive as much attention as enforcement. Through the War Against Drug Abuse WADA initiative, we are engaging schools, faith institutions, traditional leaders, community groups, and the media to build a national movement against drugs. We are also strengthening our counseling and rehabilitation centers because drug control must be humane, scientific, and centered on recovery. But the truth is that no agency can solve this problem alone. This is why the role of social impact leaders is absolutely critical. As people of influence in our communities, we shape norms and values. Young people watch you, listen to you, and often pattern their behavior after you. You can mentor them, guide them, empower them, and help them build a future that does not involve drugs, crime, and violence. You can also create alternative pathways through skills development, entrepreneurship, community projects, mentorship circles, and value-driven leadership platforms. When young people have opportunities and role models, they are less vulnerable to negative influences. Every youth you empower is one less youth available for drug trafficking, extremism, or crime. Let me commend the Marcus Odenese Wulu Foundation for Peace and Sustainable Development. Your efforts in community empowerment, youth engagement, and peace building align strongly with our vision at the MDLA. This summit is more than an event. It is a statement that Nigerians are ready to take responsibility for the direction of their communities. As we move forward, I call on every leader here to adopt a more intentional approach to social impact. Use your platforms to promote mental health awareness, drug use prevention, community creation, and positive values. Partner with NDLA in advocacy and in creating safe spaces for young Nigerians. Together, we can build communities where drugs have no place and where peace can thrive. Let me end with this message. A country becomes what its leaders tolerate, but it also becomes what its people collectively build. If we choose to be leaders who plant hope, discipline, and opportunity in the lives of young people, then Nigeria will harvest peace, progress, and sustainable development. Thank you. And God bless Marcus Odenese Wulu Foundation. God bless NDLA. And God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you. For young Nigerians, together we can build communities where drugs have no place.
Thank you so much, man. We choose to be people who plant hope so that peace can reign. Thank you very much, man. Ikemba, are you ready? Ikemba group, we're ready for your message culturally.
If we choose to be leaders who plant hope, discipline, and opportunity in the lives of young people, then Nigeria will harvest peace, progress, and sustainable development. Thank you.
And immediately after that, we'll be going into a panel session, the first one. And the topic is strengthening the role of women and youth in peace building. Thank you so much, man. We choose to the people who plant hope so that peace can reign. Thank you very much, man. Ikemba, are you ready? Ikemba group, are you ready for your message? Thank you. Strengthening the role of women and youth in peace building. That was just something to lighten the atmosphere. That is not all talk, 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 talk. There's no... This is just the first one. I'm sure there are more to come. All right. So again, I'm moving around the program, and at this point, I'd like for us to quickly launch the NSIAP, the National Social Impact Action Plan 3-year blueprint. I'd like to welcome upstage the following people from the Federal Ministry of Youth Development, NOA, Nigerian Orientation Agency, the rep from NDLEA, and the rep from MOUFPSD. Please, all our special guests, please can you come up stage? Let's launch the impact plan, the social impact plan, and then we'll go into the panel session. Please come up stage. This is just the first one. I'm sure there are more to come. Ambassador Kenneth as well. Please come up. So again, Dr. Kayode Bolaji. And at this point, I'd like for us to... Professor Darren is not here. Okay. National Social Impact Action. Please come up stage, and then I'll be handing the microphone over to Mr. Marcus Otiase from the Federal Ministry of Youth Development, NOA, Nigerian Orientation Agency, the rep from NDLEA, and the rep from MOUFPSD. Please, all our special guests, please can you come up
I don't want to keep you standing for too long. I just want to briefly talk about this action plan. This is a blueprint, an action plan that is more than a document. It's a national commitment. It reflects the voices, aspirations, and ideas of youths, youth leaders, development partners, government agencies, civil society, actors, academia, and private institutions. This action plan identifies the urgent challenges facing our country. So, and in response, we outline 6 strategic pillars with clear practical interventions that will be implemented over the next 3 years. These are the pillars: youth empowerment and economic inclusion, peace building and social cohesion, sustainable development and climate action, education, health and social protection, governance, policy and accountability, and lastly, climate youth ambassadors and voices of peace. So I want to use this opportunity now to, we are sending an open invitation to everybody to partner with us for this implementation. We shall come again to your office. Dearly, NON, I was your office. I will continue to come for the implementation of this plan, and we call on government, state, and all actors, including young people here, to partner with us for the implementation of this plan. And we believe that by 2028, what we hope to achieve is empowering of over 1 million youths, funding for green and social enterprises, reduction of community-level conflict, national climate resilience led by young people, stronger institutions and improved civic trust, integration of peace and development initiatives in school and community, institutionalization of this National Social Impact Leaders Summit as an annual national platform. We believe that the success of this plan depends on all of us. Together we can build a Nigeria where peace will continue to be our culture. Youth is our power, and development is our shared legacy. Thank you, and may this plan become the beginning of a new chapter of impact of our dear nation. So we give this. So I want to say on behalf of everybody standing here and my fellow youths, we want to unveil this action plan for the progress of our nation and for the support of our government. This is the action plan.
Can we have an usher help you share it? So we'll just hold it and
please, we are going to make more copies available. This one is just for us to launch it. Please, if you are not able to get now, we will come for the courtesy visit to your office. We will present it and we'll continue from there. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll hold it and then let's hold it and take a picture.
Please, I think I have a core member here. Please, can you just come and join us? I think there's a core member in the hall. Please.
There he is.
Please, core member. Thank you. Everybody standing here and my fellow youths.
Your colleagues are still on their way.
Action plan for the progress of our nation and for the support of our government. This is the action.
So good. Can we have an usher help you share it? Photographers, are you ready?
Please, we are going to make more copies available. This one is just for us to launch it. Please, if you are not able to get now, we will come for the
all right, please, let's hold it up.
We'll present it. I will continue.
Yes, can we bring him to the middle and let him also hold one up? So, and then let's hold it until, because their future is no longer tomorrow, but now.
Please, can you just come and join us? There's a core member in the hall, please.
There he is.
Please, core member. Thank you. Everybody standing here and my fellow youths.
Your colleagues are still on their way. All right, thank you very much. Please, let's put our hands together for them. Photographers, are you ready? All right. So before the panel session, I'd like to bring up for his presentation on peace building, development synergy, peace building and development synergy, strengthening local capacities for sustainable social impact. Ladies and gentlemen, with a good round of applause, please help me make welcome Dr. Kayode Bolaji. Please put your hands together for him. Dr. Kayode is the Executive Director of Peace Building Development Consults. You're welcome, sir. Let's put our hands together for them.
Thank you for the invitation. Thank you, Dr. Marcos, and
so
the very distinguished Nigerians.
Panel session, I'd like to bring up for his presentation.
So I have a presentation, but because of time, I'm just going to describe it.
Strengthening local capacity.
Can I have 3 young people here?
For sustainable social impact. Ladies and gentlemen, with a good
if you are
round of
not young,
applause,
don't
please
come.
make welcome Dr. Kayode
These
Bolaji.
3 people look
Please
like
put
people I
your hands
can
together
call
for
on
him.
and see. You are 40.
Dr. Kayode is
No,
the Executive Director
not
of
in my
Peace
world.
Building Development
Can I get that
Consults. You're
chair?
welcome, sir.
That one there.
Thank
Don't
you
worry, I can grab it myself.
for the invitation.
Thank you, Dr. Marcos, and
So
the very distinguished Nigerians. What I want, I think you are too old for it. I have a presentation, but because of time. You know the Greeks, they taught us a lot of stuff. For most of you that are historians here. They taught us democracy, diplomacy. Can I have? But there's something that they actually use in colonization that we often forget when we are building peace and nation. And that's what I want to explain. I think it captures the essence of why we're here. And probably, for those of you who are engaged in nation building, in the different spheres of influence, you might find it very useful. Now, who is willing to lie on the floor? You know, I was concerned about your age. I need somebody to lie on the floor. What I want, I think you are too old for it. Please, a round of applause for him. You know the Greeks, yeah, like you want to sleep. You are the sleeping giant. He told us democracy. Don't worry, madam. You will take the best part of it. You stand. No, don't stand on the chair. But there's something. Can I get a paper? They actually use. I want you to put your leg on him. That we often forget when we are. You have socks. Don't remove the socks. I don't trust your shoe. And that's what I want to explain. I think it captures. Put your leg on him. Can you stand on this, madam? I will hold the chair. You will fall. Just put your leg on him like this. In the different spheres of influence, you might find it very useful. Now, who is willing to lie on the floor? You know, I was concerned about your age. I need somebody to lie on the floor. No, come. Don't worry. Just follow me. Come closer. Yeah, like come closer. Yeah, so you press him. Don't worry, madam. You will take the best part. What can you see here? You stand. No, don't stand on the chair. Who are the masses? Can I get a paper? This handsome man. I want you to put. He's not masses. Who is he? A paper. You have socks. Don't remove the socks. I don't trust your shoe. Is the oppressor? Then who is she? Put your leg on him. Can you stand? Okay. Let me broaden your mind a bit. I'm actually shocked that you thought about masses first. Where do you belong in this chain? Now let's be very good with our analysis. Don't worry, just follow me. Come closer. You notice that what came to your mind is what you are facing, right? But if you're an analyst, you're not going to think like that. Can you look at this from first world, second world, third world? Is it possible? Who are the masses? Can you look at it from father, mother, children? Is it possible? There are several ways to look at it. Are you following me? Is the oppressor? Now, let me ask the actors. What's your name? How are you feeling? Okay. Let me broaden your mind a bit. So you are not okay? I'm actually shocked that you thought. How are you feeling? What's your name, sir?
I'm Ibrahim.
Where do you belong in this chain?
Unsafe.
But you're oppressing someone.
Yes.
Now let's be very good with our analysis.
I'm unsafe.
You're not safe.
Yes.
But you're treating somebody.
That is why. That's what makes me to be unsafe.
Right? But if you're an analyst, you're not going. You know you're pretty anyway. And you're looking cool. Can you look at this from first world, second world, third world?
Yes, I think I feel like I'm in charge, I'm superior.
Can you look at it from father, mother, children? Is it possible? I'm sure this is where the women want to be. Are you following me? No, I don't want to take much time. I just want us to open our minds to know how complex our security environment is and how difficult it is to resolve. Because this man, as long as he's oppressing this man, he's not comfortable himself. But as long as he's oppressing this man, he's okay. Somebody has a better opinion? You said something?
I'm unsafe. Yes. That is why.
Oh, you want him to show that he's oppressing? You should go on break. Okay, so that's the next question I want to ask. How can you unscrew this? How can you dismantle this? Any opinion? Where is the bull? Where is the horn? I'm sure this is where the women want to be. Do you want him to stand up? I just want us to
Yes.
open our mind. If he stands up, you are going to replace him. Our security environment. Do you want it?
No.
I'm helping you to be an analyst. If he stands up, he's going to knock him down. Is that what you want?
No.
But you want him to stand up?
Yes.
But you don't want him to knock you down? You know he's traumatized. He's looking for revenge. So you know why the oppressor wants to keep you oppressed. You should go on break. Okay, so that's the next question I want to ask. How can you unscrew this? Do you think you are powerful in this? Can you make efforts to change this? What can you do as a person? Where is the bull? Where is the horn?
Yeah. It's a privilege. It's not that I'm powerful. Because the man I'm pressing is, I think, is more stronger than me. And he's wiser than me too, but I'm opportune. And
do you want it?
to press. No.
I know Ambassador Marcos has not given me the whole day to talk about this. Again, I just came here to broaden your mind. You probably will finish this yourself. Calm down, please. Can I hold you so you don't fall? Please, a round of applause for them. You know he's traumatized. Now, this is where we're going. The three of you should come. So you know why the Can you stand in the middle, madam? You oppress. Can you hold your hands like this? This is where we're going. How can we... Do you think you're powerful in this? Can you make efforts to change You're still afraid of your phone. As a person? No. This is where we're going. This is where we want to be in this nation. Because we want to be people that are equal, but also have leaders, right?
And he's wiser than me too, but I'm opportune.
But that's where we are. Not just in the nation, Nigeria, some of our families, the world. And that's where analysts, peace builders, ladies and gentlemen, that's what you need to think about when you're thinking peace building. Please, a round of applause for them. Please, a round of applause for them. Now, this is where we're going. I'm done, sir. Can you stand in the middle? Can you hold your hands like this? This is where we're going.
That was a very powerful illustration. I was just thinking that at some point you share money so that. All right. So we are now going into the first panel session, and they will be discussing, as I said earlier, strengthening the role of women and youth in peace building. I will welcome the panelists. The first person I'll be calling up is Ambassador Becky Omotese Udo. She's a director at the Becky Lee Foundation. Please celebrate her as she comes up. Tech, please, can we make microphones available? The second person is Ambassador Kenneth Aneto. Please celebrate him as he comes up. Ambassador Kenneth Aneto is the Executive Director and co-founder of the New Thing International Foundation. You're very welcome. And the moderator for this particular session is, you will love her smile when she comes up. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me make welcome Mrs. Happiness. She is a journalist. She loves smiling as well. Please celebrate her as she comes up. So we will be discussing the role, strengthening the role of women and youth in peace building. You're welcome. Becky Omotese Udo. She's a director at the Becky Lee Foundation. Please celebrate her.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Please permit me to stand on the existing protocol. I'm by name Happiness Thomas. Welcome, my panelists.
Please celebrate him as he comes up. Ambassador Kenneth Aneto is the Executive Director.
Okay, we're here for the discussion, the strengthening the role of women and youth in peace building. Women and youth play a vital role in peace building, bringing unique perspective and skills to the table. Here are a lot of questions that we have. The icebreaker first for my panelists. Briefly, I would like to know
Peace building often starts in small, every action. Can each of you share one way you've witnessed women or youth contributing to peace in your community?
Thomas. Hello, thank you for having me. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, thank you. I would say I've witnessed my NGO, Becky G Foundation. We have trained women in production of soap making, bread making and confectionery. So we have empowered them, to be useful to themselves and to the society. And the youth, they can also come together, with the women to come and organize themselves and clean up, having an initiative of cleaning up their environment. So I've witnessed that. Thank you.
First of all, I'd like to thank the organizers of this event for this platform. I'd like to thank the Executive Director of Bridge Africa for this invitation. I'd like to thank my team that are here with me. This is a very nice question. So I'm just thinking where I should start from. So in the couple of years that I've been opportunity to work with the Newton International Foundation, we have been able to visit some of the most, stretched out communities. We have been in Borno for programs we've been going to Borno for programs for the past 3 years. We've been in Sokoto having programs for the past 6 years. We have had programs in Kepi, we have had programs in Kano, and we have had programs in different other states. This year in particular, we visited a place called Olu, where we had a skill program, where we trained, as part of our Skill Up Tech Camp. I and my team that are here, we trained participants on artisan skills to empower them regardless of the situation going on in the southeast, especially in that area, Olu. And when you empower youth, they're able to make better decisions. They're not susceptible to some of the social vices that are going on in their immediate environment. The program that we did in Borno, we had a program in collaboration with the Northeast Development Commission. It was to empower them on the dangers of social vices so that they can make better decisions. And not only training them, but empowering them not to just have the information, but doing training the trainer programs that after they receive this information, we equip them with knowledge and a bit of empowerment so that they can go back to their communities and be the light in their community. So in my own experience, I've seen that one-off programs sometimes don't work, but when you go and systematically empower people, not like a visitor that ways that they say a stranger just came, but you empower community people to drive community change, and you empower you to begin to see innovation and progress.
Thank you very much. That was a very good one because without that training and empowering them, they cannot stand it. So it was a very good thing. Thank you for that experience. Okay, I have some key questions here that we, the audience, might want to know very well on the strengthening of the women and youth and how important they are in Nigeria as a whole. I have one question here for Ambassador Becky. What barriers continue to prevent women and young people from fully participating in peace processes, both formally and informally?
Okay, I would say that the barriers such as providing training, capacity building.
Thank you very
At Becky G Foundation, we train women. First of all, we help them to realize their self-worth and their self-esteem through self-development. Our ultimate goal is to combat depression in the society. So we train these women and youth, through exposing the youth to temperament and training them for them to have awareness of depression. So when we train them on the skill acquisition programs, fine, most of them, the barriers is just like resources, for them to be able to start up on their own. Fine, we've been able to do that, to train them and empower some of them for them to start up on their own and be, to be useful, to themselves and to the society. So,
and you believe that they can do it?
Of course they can. They can do it. And most of them have been doing that. They've been helping themselves. They've been, improving on their skill. You understand? So they've been doing that. It has been working.
Yeah, but some women or some youths might just take that opportunity as nothing to them, like the unserious ones. How do you deal with them?
So what we do about that, fine, you are right. Some of them, they are just, channels and like they don't take it seriously. We do talk therapy. We talk to them and for us to know what they really want, because you don't just force things or training on them. You need to ask them what they really want to do. You understand? What they love to do. So by asking them, some of them open up. They say, okay, this is what I want to do. And at the long run, we have been achieving success in that area. Thank you.
Okay, in which of these barriers can be addressed immediately at community or policy level? Just take the opportunity as
I would say decision making, then we should involve women and youth in decision making. Then the community, the leaders, we should encourage them. We should not just leave them all by themselves. So we should encourage them and impact knowledge, impact wisdom on them, and make sure they find their feet. So to be able to go on in life.
Okay, Mr. Barrister Shehu, sorry. I would like to ask you this question. I know this question is a little bit critical, but sometimes I think we need to find a way to put this in place. Like, how can tradition, power structure, be influenced to open more space for women and youth in peace rule?
Thank you very much. So, we're talking about tradition and culture. One way that I found out is that through sensitization, information is like light, and when light enters a place, it will usually disperse darkness. There was a community that I was opportune to go to. We've had a couple of programs. Most of our programs have been in northern Nigeria, but there was a community I was opportune to go to in southeast Nigeria, in Ebonyi State, and we're talking about a particular issue. And there was a program like this, was well attended, cameras were recording, and there was a leader, a community elder that had a challenge with what we're discussing, and he felt he should speak up, and he just stood up, said off all the camera, and we offed all the camera, and he asked this question. And when we gave him this information and spoke about this issue, he now realized that the mindset that he had since he was small was actually wrong. And you could see the change that he had received information on his face, and he said thank you, and he sat down. By sensitizing and giving the right information at the community levels, or having specialized programs for traditional rulers, for influencers at the community level, and decision makers, you can bridge gaps and change mindsets, and those mindsets can be translated to inclusion, translated to better opportunities for women, translated to better opportunities for youth, because without women and youth involved in decision-making process, there is no sustainable development. Thank you.
Okay, in regards to that, it's a very good one. But how can communities shift that cultural norms that silence women and youth into norms that amplify their voices?
And you could see the change that he had
How
received
can?
information on his face, and he said through sensitization. By sensitizing, like, you can't take, these are, people are opportunity to sit in rooms where they make decisions, And a person's decision is informed by the information the person has. A person might someone that never knew the right thing to do will always be doing the wrong thing and feel the person is right. But when the person receives the right information and the person is not stubborn, because some people will get the information and they will still choose. But that's the role that we now all play. So after targeting the decision makers and informing them, then the sensitization cascades down. Start from traditional rulers, start from other people in the community, and cascade down to a point that if everybody knows what the right thing to do is, everybody understands the importance of including these people in the process. And now, when someone does the wrong thing and before he would get away and just feel like nothing happened, from the looks, the activities, and even some stubborn people that might insult or attack the person begins to understand that no, there must be a systematic change. So sensitization plays an important role, because at the end of the day, you cannot force someone to do something. And when we talk about sensitization, a lot of people think sensitization is only about talking. There are programs that have been done where, apart from talking people, the incentives that you give to the people, there are other things that you do that just ease them out of that process practically. Let me not go too much into incentives. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ambassador. I'm coming to the section of education, skills, and economic power. So I would love to ask questions from these skills. I want to know more, and also my audience. So I have here, what skills do women and youth urgently need to contribute effectively to peace and conflict resolution?
There must be a systematic change.
I would say the urgent need is for them, the education. First of all, I would say informal education is very important. Informal education, whereby I would say we should go back to the basis, where all parents should take up their roles, in parenting, teaching their children, discipline, discipline and integrity.
Thank you very much.
For them to be able to go out there and impact other people. So, and then skill is very important. It's very important. Let them learn new skills.
Yeah.
So let them learn new skills and be how do I put it now? Like be useful. You understand? Be useful to themselves. So they need to learn a skill. And by learning a skill, well, after you finish learning a skill, they should be able to empower themselves, or organizations or government should empower them. So at the long run, they can affect people around them and affect the society at large. So the immediate how do you put it, like the urgent needs. So it's to empower them, educate them, so that they'll be able to stand on their own. Skill is very important.
That is good one. And Ambassador Oluwasegun, how can schools, NGOs, and policy makers support the development of these skills?
How do I put it now?
Is there any way they can support the skills?
How can schools?
Yeah, and NGOs.
NGOs and policymakers. Okay, thank you very much. So, truth matter is that everybody has a part to play. There are some NGOs that have mandates for skill development and empowerment. This year, after working for a couple of years, our organization understood that apart from giving people incentives and gratification, they are empowering them would actually help them do better. So this year we launched the Skill Up initiative in our organization. In February, we're we scheduled to empower about 200 people with artisan skills and with startup capital. We ended up doing 300, and God helped us that we got out of there alive. I'm here with my head of volunteers, Mr. Yusuf. Please, can you just have a round of applause for him? We had planned to share money in a community after empowering them for 5 days. After we had finished sharing everything, and we just got out. They just surrounded us like 3 people. How many? Like 11 people. And God just helped us that we got out of Imo State alive. And we thank God for the opportunity. So, with the wisdom we got from that program, we went to Sanga in Kaduna State. Our media strategist is here. And we had another empowerment program there. But this one, we didn't like just go there. We knew that it's not good to, we learned that it's not good to just come and say, I'm coming to empower the community. So we went ahead of time and we had people work with the community members, pick out people that are already working, find out what their needs were, then empower them and share the information. After noticing that going too close to the community sometimes is not wise, yesterday we rounded up a 3-month online skill programs, equipping youths across Nigeria with tech skills. So different NGOs have that mandate, and a lot of people here have skills that are valuable. You can now teach people those your skills so that they can begin to learn things. And when youths are empowered, when women are empowered, they can escape a system of violence. When youths are empowered, they can escape being recruited. So government policies, I've worked with a couple of legislators, and one of the things, I actually serve as the consultant for the adult committee on drug trafficking and abuse. I also work with a committee on drugs and narcotics in the House and in the Senate. And one of the things that I always do is that I try to advise legislators that their constituency projects should be empowerment. Empowerment that is tangible, that people can benefit from, that people can reinvest into other things. And putting policies in place that don't break people down, but build people up. Very important.
Thank you very much for that. And from that aspect, how does that empowering them now, how do you think that it can reduce the likelihood of violence or conflict?
They can escape the system of violence. There's this saying that is the devil's workshop. Well, in the program that we launched I just got the report. The program that we launched in Imo State, there were people that were not making any money. The place, there's a bit of insurgency in Olu. It was a very hot spot. But after the program, we created a group where we're monitoring the progress. So you're seeing people that came to learn soap making. The man told us that every month he spends so much on soap in his house. He just needs to know how to make it. Then you see people posting the items that they are making. You see people that were idle at home are now going to the market. You see people that anybody comes to meet him, say, let's go and do this. Say, no. I have something I'm focusing on. And you're seeing the amount that, telling that families that were not making so much money are now making extra income. Yeah. So you're seeing that there's a shift from idleness to being active. And people are now scaling their businesses. So I believe that when, as people begin to become active, become engaged, there'll be less likelihood for them to be involved in prevalent activities and other things like that.
And not to be involved in any conflict or violence everywhere.
Violence, yes.
Because that's the issue we're having in Nigeria here.
Yes.
We have a lot of violence. And okay, to the audience now, icebreaker. I will need maybe like one person to just ask my panelists a question. Maybe like one person. We don't have much time.
Something I'm focusing on. And you're seeing the amount that telling that families that were not making so much money are now making extra income. So you're seeing that there's a shift.
So fortunately, I'm also the MC, so I have a mic of my own.
You're welcome.
So sirs and ma, funding is a serious problem when you talk about development. And you mentioned a lot of the work you do. How do you get funding? Because I'm sure a lot of people want to know how you get funding. And Ma too. So.
Because that's the issue we're having.
Thank you so much for that question. A lot of people always ask that question, how do you get funding? And you know it's very tough for NGOs to get funds in Nigeria, because it's very difficult for you to find the donors that will support what you do. Most of the time we do self-funding and friends and families and some other good Nigerians that support us. So that's just basically how we fund our, our programs that we do. So it's very, very tough for you to find donors that will support your program and your project. Thank you.
Because I'm sure lots of people want to know how you get funding.
This is a very nice
It's a
question.
very nice question.
So, let me use 3 minutes. 3 minutes to talk about this. About 10 years ago, I and 3 other former drug users decided to start an initiative in our community to raise awareness on the dangers of substance abuse. And what started out as a youth-focused social action group has turned into a global organization making impact around the world. But what was the driving force behind this? Our passion. Passion is contagious. Passion is powerful. Your passion will draw all the resources you need to you. The first time I got out, I've been in my organization, it started off as family, friends, but the first time government ever took notice of me was, I went for a program here in Abuja. I was invited to organize a program like this, and we organized the program, we set everything up. I invited all the panelists, everybody spoke, they gave everybody food, and it was an organization that did it. It was a club that did it, and at the end of the day, they called the people that spoke, and they were giving them envelope. So they gave them the envelope in front of me. So when they finished the program, they called me and gave me a plate of rice. But I received the plate of rice with thanksgiving because it was my passion for this type of platform to exist, for this information to go out, to see the impact on people's faces as they're receiving information, to give the people that organize the program the opportunity, and to just be the foundation that makes everything happen. And that plate of rice, I and my 5-man team, we ate it, we drove, we were very, very happy. We posted the pictures. But I want to tell you something. Somebody is always watching. Tell your neighbor somebody is always watching.
Somebody is always watching.
Somebody is always watching. Somebody is always watching the energy you put in your work. Somebody is always watching the way you react to the way people treat you. Someone is always watching your results. You grow up from 1 year old to whatever age you are now, there's some abundance of resources and resourceful people around you, and they're always watching. Whether this thing that you said, your foundation, whether you want to use it as money-making scheme, or you're serious with it. Whether this work that you're doing, whether God really called you or you are called yourself, whether this initiative that you're doing, you are believing in your impact or you're just waiting for government job to come, then you jump it. But somebody's always watching. And after I did that program, I went back home. Then I traveled out of Abuja to the east for like a missionary work like that. 6 months later, somebody called me. The person called me and said, we need you at Ministry of Youth. We need you for something, something, something. I said, I'm not in Abuja. Let me send my person. The person went there. He spoke with one of the directors. The director said, we need to see your guy. We don't want to talk to you. Just bring. And when we came back, there was like 3 projects in 3 different states. Niger, Kebbi, and I think Ebony. 3 different states. Someone is always watching. Every opportunity you have, every platform you have, put your all in it, put your passion in it. Let people see that light shining out of you. Let people see, and money will flow towards you. There are people that have excess money. A lot of people don't have anything to do with that money. Some people are even looking for who they can partner with to express their own passion. So you can choose to have the mindset that as I'm doing this, the money will come. Temptation will come. People that want I would have said off the camera too, but I can't say off the camera. But just know that the money will come. But be ready to do the work. And because you have chosen this field, be ready to do more work. The opportunities will come. The trips will come. The engratia will come. The envelopes will come. Everything will flow. But just be ready to do the work. Just make up your mind that. And another thing, be ready to know that. Be ready to, how will I put it? Have this mindset that even if I don't take the glory, will I be happy if I'm used to achieve the purpose? That's another thing. Just be ready. Even if you don't take the glory, will you be ready if you are just a conduit to achieve a specific purpose? If you can make up your mind that I don't always want to be the person in front, I'm comfortable being in the back. comfortable serving somebody to achieve that purpose. Just know that the money will come. Thank you very much.
Keep on doing good.
Thank you very much.
Doing good.
Yeah, thank you very much. Ambassador Becky, I would love you to just give your own advice to the people, to our audience today, what they need to know about strengthening women and youth for peace building. It is really, really important for us to know that.
I would urge all participants, professionals, leaders in all spheres of life to come together, join us to rise up and re-image and change Nigeria. So that's what I just want to tell every one of us here. It's a collective effort. It's not for one person. Everybody has to come together and make a difference in the country and let peace reign. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was a good one. I would love to leave us with this question, this prompt question. What role do you see yourself playing in peace building after today's discussion? Because it's really a good thing that women and youth play a very big role in our nation today. So we need to encourage them by giving them that empowerment, and not only the empowerment or training, but also supporting them financially and also with our strengths, because they cannot do it alone. Thank you very much. I beg to leave now. Thank you very much, my panelists.
Thank you very much. But before you go, can I call Ambassador Marcus to please come up for a photo session with the panelists and moderator. And while that is being done, I just want to say, talk about funding. A lot of times, a lot of us are not aware of the various funding opportunities that are available in the development sector. It's not just Nigeria. I can mention a couple of development agencies that fund development projects. You have Makoto Foundation, you have Ford Foundation, you have JICA, you have a lot of them. But the problem we have is going through due process and our documentation. So I would advise NGOs, ensure you're well registered, you have all the documentation. Even writing the proposals for the grants, there's a systemic, there's a way to do it. So if you are serious about getting funding for your projects, there are certain ways to go about it, and the funding is available. I mean, I went to a meeting and one of the ladies from Ford said they return money almost every year because people don't come up with viable projects, and some that come with viable projects do not have the required documentation and certificates to back up the project. So the idea is just in your head. You understand what I'm saying? Those of them that work, they know what I'm saying. So the funding is there. We just have to find a way of accessing it, not just locally, but internationally as well. So let's look into it. Please once again put your hands together for our panelists. They did a fantastic job. Ambassador Kenneth, thank you so much for coming. Ambassador Becky, thank you so much. That was very insightful. And Mrs. Happiness with a happy smile. Always smiling. Thank you for wonderfully moderating the session. All right. So just to let you know, we have 3 more things to do before we call it a day. We have 1 more panel session. Then we'll hear from our resource person all the way from Bournemouth University. We give all those wonderful awards. And then most importantly, we go for item 7. So ladies and gentlemen, for the second session, and I would like to bring up the panelists. The first person I would like to bring up all the way from the National Orientation Agency, the representative of the DG, is the Director of Youth Engagement and Inclusion, Mrs. Onyin Blessing Ngozi. Please put your hands together for her as she comes up. And Mrs. Happiness with a happy smile. Also on the panel is somebody you've seen before from African Bridge, Mr. Taiwo Okpeoluwa. Please welcome him up stage as well. And then from Correctional Facility, Nigeria Correctional Services, our very own Barrister Dr. Yakubu Chidama. Please celebrate him for me. And our moderator for this session is no other person than the foremost journalist all the way from Department of, Computer Engineering of the FCT, Mr. Tambaya Mai. Please celebrate him as he comes up. Also on the panel, Barrister Dr. Sir. You're welcome. From African Bridge, Mr. Tambaya, sir. Please welcome him upstage as well. And then from Correctional Facility, Nigeria Correctional Services.
Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I'm highly excited to be here. I welcome you all my panelists. Without wasting much time, we are going to consider a topic: empowering youth for peace, innovation, and sustainable development, reimagining corporate digital and financial inclusiveness in Nigeria. These are very pertinent topics to be considered this afternoon, based on the situation that we found ourselves, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as a country. I'm highly excited to be here. So based on this premise, I welcome you all my panelists. My distinguished panelists, I would like to start to consider a topic with Barrister Youth for Peace, Yakubu. Innovation. This question goes strong and straight to you. Reimagine corporate digital. What does peace building mean in the context of Nigeria's current realities, and how can youth or young people topics redefine it beyond conflict resolution? Based on the situation, what are you going to say about this as a country? So based on this premise, I welcome you all my panelists. My distinguished panelists, I would like to
thank you very much.
With Barrister.
You know, when we talk about peace building,
this question goes,
we are looking at it in the context of
what does
trying to resolve an issue already on ground, meaning that there is an unpeaceful situation that requires for us to bring peace into the society. We are already in chaos, especially when it comes to, when we come to talk about Nigerian youth. It is a known fact that we have millions of Nigerian youths out there that are not employed. It is itself a chaotic situation. We are looking, youths are the development of the society. In the context of the old, the sick, and in fact even the middle age, depends on the youth. Depends on the youth. There is an unpeaceful situation. But in a situation where you find youths do not have something doing into the society, it is really in chaos, a situation that calls for peace building. And how do we build peace? It's by looking at the priority of our youth. We have millions of Nigerian youths out there that are to engage them in gainful employment, create opportunities for them. Let me tell you, as a correctional officer, I want to tell you emphatically, of the estimated 57,000 inmates we have in our facilities across the country, more than 80% are youths, are young people. In trying to identify what actually the cause of their antisocial behaviors, you find out that most of them, they will tell you what takes them to crime is lack of opportunities, lack of job. Some of them are into this Yahoo. A great number of them, a so good number of them that are into Yahoo issues, trying to make up lives, get into conflict with the laws and security agencies. Some of them are even students. We see them engaging in all this kind of vices that takes them to the custodial center, depriving them of their future. So there is a need of the society, the government should come up with agendas that will build up our youth, create employment for them, give them the opportunity so that they can be able to participate in the development of our society.
Thank you very much, Barrister, for this wonderful answer. My next question goes to Mr. Tayo.
Get into conflict with the laws.
Based on your experience,
some of them are even students.
How can the corporate sectors move from youth inclusion to true youth collaboration, where youth or young people co-create policies and solutions to their problems?
That will build up our youth, create employment for them.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm sure this is a very, very tricky question. Okay, so I'm going to be going data and at the same time driving my story. All right? So I was in this same FCT 2011, 2012 for my youth service. So I left Lagos and I was posted to FCT. So quick one. As of today, we have more than between 230 to 250 million Nigerians, both employed and unemployed, both underemployed and ill-employed. All right? So, out of the 250 millions, we have about 70 to 70.6 million, or 70.6% are youth of Nigeria. So what does that mean? We are talking about between the age of 15 to 35, or 15 to 40 in the case of Nigeria. But in the case of United Nations, in the global village, we are talking about 15 to 25. So what does that mean? If you are in this room and you are above 25, you are not useful for United Nations. No apology for that. So what does that mean? The change we are looking for in Nigeria must start now, not tomorrow. Tomorrow is too late.
Absolutely.
We have different corporate organizations in Nigeria. So for me, how do I benefit from them? And from them also, how do they benefit the immediate society? We have what we call the CSR, the corporate social responsibility. Indirectly, most of the corporate organizations are already overfunding the CSR and underfunding the HDI. So there is no collaboration between CSR and HDI. The two are not coming together because of what? Corruption. Because of nepotism. Because of favoritism. So what is the HDI? The Human Development Index. I have banks in different communities, in different states of Nigeria. Yet, the youth of those areas, especially oil companies, the youth are getting agitated every day because of poverty, because of hunger. We are talking about peace here. An hungry man is an angry man. An angry man cannot talk about peace. An angry man will never listen to peace. An angry man will never sign peace. The youth of Nigeria, they are angry.
That's right.
That's correct.
I say that again, the youth of Nigeria, they are angry.
Absolutely.
They are angry with the government, they are angry with the corporate sector, they are angry with banks, they are angry with oil companies because they are funding CSR but not funding HDI. The CSR is coming from their family. That is not CSR.
That's right.
That is not what we are looking for. We are looking for cumulative HDI. How many tech experts has Mobile or Total brought to the people of River State? For them to teach or to train 2,000 youths in AI every month for the next 1 year. With that figure, that means River State alone will be producing more than 500,000 tech experts in AI that will be ready to take over the AI community in Nigeria.
That's right.
But my companies, my financial companies, my oil and gas companies, they are not doing that. They are busy funding the CSR. And the CSR is every day killing the HDI. There's hunger in the land. If we do not stop the hunger, the hungry man will never sign peace. The hungry man will never agree with peace because he is very hungry and very angry. So the corporate organizations must move beyond CSR. They must begin to measure their HDI, especially within the community. If your headquarters is in Lagos, you have about 30 branches in Nigeria. Can you give me, out of that 30 branches, how many youths are benefiting from that 30 branches? Because you are making millions of naira every day inside those branches in all the state of Nigeria. Yet, the youth of that community are getting poorer and poorer every day. So the figure you are seeing on the internet is for CSR. But going forward, we need the figure for HDI. I want to see the impact among the youth of Nigeria.
Thank you very much. In essence, like there should be holistic synergy between the two so that they can come together to scale up development in our country. This question goes to you, Doctor. Miss Ebenezer, Dr. Ebenezer. This question goes to you.
How many youths are benefiting from that 30 branches?
This question goes to you. As a technocrat, an educator, how can young people that are energetic, they are the ones that have the population of this country, the highest population. What do you believe is the single most underestimated strength of Nigerian youth today? And how can we amplify it for national unity and sustainable development in the country? Miss Ebenezer, Dr. Ebenezer, this question goes to you.
Thank you very much for
this question goes to you.
For the job you are doing and
as a technocrat,
the job this organization has been doing. Actually, our youth
young people
have not been used in the proper way.
The one that have the population.
Nigeria as a country
the highest
have
population.
Over 70%
What do you believe
population as youth. Do you agree with me?
That's right. Underestimated strength of Nigerian youth today.
Before now,
and how can
what has been going on
amplify it for national
is somehow
and sustainable
neglect
in the country?
Because even from the grassroots, they are being neglected. It is now that through social media and other angles that the government actually is finding out that without the youth, we cannot move forward. So we have to co-opt them in. Giving an example, in my organization, the National Orientation Agency,
that's right.
Through our digital DG, Malam Larry Saonilu, what has been going on, they have created different departments. Neglect. My department, the department I'm heading now is youth engagement and inclusion. From the grassroots. Why? It's because the government have realized that we cannot do, we can't do anything without the youth. So that is why we are co-opting them into every affair of government. Without the youth, the agency is trying to collaborate with other bodies to train our youth. Because we should also know that our values have been eroded.
Absolutely.
Due to what? What my people have mentioned here, talking about poverty, talking about non-engagement, no job. Why? They say it's because the heart of somebody not working. You can't do it. It is devil's workshop. And the devil is also using that gap, using that opportunity to engage our youth in other things that does not go well. Some of them go into drugs, go into other activities, and some of them even felt that even education is a scam. We have had that now. So, have been eroded. Without the youth, you cannot actually move forward. So we need to build our youth. People have mentioned here. Bring back those values. We have our national core values, which include discipline, patriotism, integrity, hard work. Our youth now, some of them now believe that you can just make it anyhow, not even through hard work. So the agency now, we are trying to bring back those core values that we believe in. The values of hard work. When you work and you see the benefits of your work, you will always be happy.
That's right.
So, actually, when we build the youth, engage them, our youth, harness their energy because they are powerful. They can move mountains. When we build them, definitely there will be peace. Because if we don't build them, then Satan and they will be built in the wrong way. They can be used to foment trouble. They can be used to kill. Somebody that is not working, when you give the person maybe 50,000 to go and kill, they will go and kill. You will always be happy. So that is why, actually, it is when we build the youth, when we use their energy for positive things, we will bring peace to the country.
Absolutely.
When we educate them, teach them the value of education, we train them, give them skills, and continue to monitor their progress, we will have peace in this country.
That's right.
So it is very, very important to come up with value reorientation. They can be used to teaching them the core values that we cherish so much. Then at the end, we also gain it. Teach them what to do. Teach them, include them in governance. Teaching them leadership, to take leadership positions.
That's right.
You understand? We need all these things. Without these things, without this training, without this teaching, we won't get peace. So we have to collaborate. Both government and the private sector, let us come together. The CS, there is civil society organizations, all the associations, we should come together to build our youth skillfully, educationally, morally, and otherwise. When we do this, I know there will be peace. and Nigeria will grow. Thank you.
Thank you very much. For us to experience permanent peace in a country, we must carry our youth along. If not, there will be a problem. So based on that, the government, private organization, all stakeholders, they must come together and ensure that all hands must be on deck to ensure that there is lasting peace in our country.
All the associations, we should come together to build our
Barrister,
skillfully,
this question goes to you.
morally and otherwise. When we do this, I know there will be
How can young
and Nigeria will grow.
innovators leverage emerging technologies, AI, blockchain, renewable tech, to develop solutions that truly address Nigerian grassroots challenges? Can you shed light on it?
Yes, AI itself is relatively new, and in a society like one in Nigeria, we cannot be proudly say we have developed AI to the extent that we are ready to engage our youth in. Certainly, bringing in AI as one of the key developmental areas, we have youths that are so brilliant, that are talented. What we need to do is introduction of the course itself, AI, at our institutions, universities, and all learning institutions. It should be introduced as a course of study, such that our youth that are going to school will take advantage of that, develop themselves. After their studies, AI is enough to give them employment, self-employment, because we know that depending on government for government job nowadays is one of the greatest challenge we are facing in this country. We are talking of unemployment as the reason, as one of the reasons for crimes. Lack of engagement of our youth in gainful employment. So AI, we see it in other parts of the world, what they do, what they develop, and the products of their development is what we import into these countries. When we have youth that can harness, if they are engaged in STEM, they can be able to do even better than what some other countries are doing. We know Nigerian youths are brilliant. Even those who have opportunity to go abroad, we have been hearing of Nigerians performing excellently in developed countries, even in US, UK, and other countries. That is why we talk about what do we call flight what? Nigerian doctors, nurses, and all this are leaving the countries for employment in other countries. Yes. A lot of people who are engaging government to work in Nigeria, some that are even in the government, because the government, they feel is not well paid or they are not well developed, they move abroad to find a better future, to find a place where their knowledge will be developed. So I think Nigeria and Nigeria government should sit up in developing the youth. We should deviate from the aspect of setting youth against the youth. What I'm saying, setting youth against the youth, if we look at the statistics of terrorism, banditry, kidnapping, 90-something% are youth. Youth are engaged in those things.
Absolutely.
The Boko Harams And who are those that are recruited or sent to go and counter them? It's still the youth. You employ the youth in the military, in the police, to go and counter the youths who are there. So youths are being set against the youths. So what we need to do as people and government is try to harmonize these things. Look at where is the root cause of this problem. Let's go to the drum. What is the root cause of this problem? That youth engage in crime. If we can be addressed the root cause of the cause of crime, like I tell you earlier on, in our custodial center, majority of the inmates are young persons with brilliant ideas, very, very intelligent people. You meet them in Kosovo. Some of them will tell you they are in part 4 or part 5 in the university. They come into conflict with their laws. Some of them immediately after graduating, because they have nothing doing, because they are not engaged. Like we all agreed, Ideal Mind is a devil workshop. So that is why in our custodial center we develop programs. We develop programs for our inmates. A lot of programs. We engage them. It is a standing order of Nigerian Correctional Service that we don't allow our inmates to stay idle. We have, for instance, now, Nigerian Correctional Service, we have about 18 farm centers and gardens where we train our inmates.
That's good.
About 18 farm centers and gardens where we engage the inmates, young persons in training. We have agricultural farms where we have poultry farms, we have piggeries, we have livestock farming, and we have fishery in various states, because we know as correctional officers, one of the aims of corrections, now we have deviated from prisons to corrections. We have identified the reason behind crime, and the best way of solving it is correction. No punishment you can give to an individual that will change him. In fact, penalists and proponents of corrections have agreed that any form of punishment that is not capable of changing a person, don't even apply it. Correction is the best way of dealing with crime. So we correct our inmates through training, because we know because there is a regime for every prisoner, every inmate in the custodial center is expected to come back to the society.
Yes.
And the law said very clearly that you engage an inmate even when he is in custody for his return to the society. So you should not make a life so different to an individual that will change him in custody for him than their life in the society. They are part of the society and they are coming back to it. The expectation is that these inmates, after leaving the custodial center, they will come back to the society, they will be able to mingle with us, they will be able to produce something tangible, something that the society will see and say, yes, they actually receive a training there. And that will make them to adjust in the society, not to go back to their crime. Without doing that, it's very, very hazardous to just keep inmates in custody without training them. That is what we call rehabilitation. The aims are reformation, rehabilitation, and reintegration. Reformation, members of the public are engaged to come in, are engaged to come in for reformation. That is the moral aspect of a human being. Sometimes we may have a corrupt mind, even if we are good in some aspect. So religious leaders, people of conscience, technocrats, they do come to partner with us to teach these immense morals. Those who are there, industrialists, investors, They do also come. We have workshops. We have industries. They do come. Teach our image. Some skills, like I tell you, and you know, they are brilliant. Very easy to reformation, rehabilitation. They have good reception. Reformation. They have concentration to come in if you give them the basic training. Then the integration part of it is your ability now to accept them that yes, these people actually, this person actually have learned and he has changed. For you now in a society to be able to engage him, employ that person and try and see. We have a lot of products that are sold. In Abuja here, Gwagwalada, we have bread industry, we have we have piggery in Benin, in other states where they produce piggery, we have fishing. And they are on sale. These are done by inmates through training. That is why we now have a department that we call private partnership, public and private partnership. Private individuals and technocrats, they do come because the factor of production, we have it. That is one of the essential things in production. Factor of human beings, intelligent human beings, they are there. So when you come to partner with us, we'll be able to give our young ones that have conflict with the law a training that will be beneficial to the society.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Barrister. Mr. Tayo, as a young youth, how can Nigerian digital economic play a critical role in ensuring that the youths that are in the rural area are not left behind in this transformation of this technological era? How can they participate fully? They will not be left behind.
Okay, thank you for that question on digital economy. Apparently, as the CEO of Africa Bridge Initiative, as at February, we had a digital economy summit in Lagos.
That's right.
At the University of Lagos, speaking to about 3,000 youths on digital economy. And we partnered with Beaumont University. For us in Africa Bridge Initiative, we have a 5-year MOU with Beaumont University talking about digital economy, youth exchange programs, scholarship, both undergraduate and postgraduate, and research opportunities. One of our directors in Beaumont University will be speaking to us shortly.
Thank you for that
now,
question on
at that particular event at University of Lagos, a particular participant asked that, sir, when did you enter London or UK that you signed this MOU? In Lagos. Now, here comes the power of what? Technology. So I sit in Lagos and I sign an MOU. I scan it, send it back to the Beaumont University, and the Vice Chancellor of Beaumont University signed his own part.
That's interesting.
And that was all. Don't forget, there was already a security check on our NGO for about 2 years before we get to that level. I'm taking us through this process for youth, especially in the rural area, to understand that opportunities are there. Everywhere you are. I was raised in the village, in Ogun State to be precise, before coming back to Lagos. So I understand the challenge in the village. All right? So, anywhere you are, all over the world, the opportunities are the same. There are opportunities for every youth in every village in Nigeria, in Africa.
That's right.
But the question is, number one, the youth, are we ready to take over these opportunities? That's number one. Number two, when this opportunity comes, what do we do with these opportunities?
Because for a Yahoo boy, it's an opportunity.
Yes.
But he has converted it into robbing and defrauding
to understand that opportunities
a UK-based billionaire. So the same way I'm signing an MOU with a university in the UK, the same way a Yahoo boy is defrauding that US-based beautiful lady who is a daughter of a billionaire. So we are both doing the same thing. But I'm channeling the digital economy space into what? Into building capacity for other millions of youth in Nigeria. But a Yahoo boy is channeling it into what? Building his pockets and building his immediate family that may not see tomorrow. Because a man that defrauds another man may not see tomorrow.
That's right.
Yahoo, cybercrime is no more acceptable. So how do we convert the opportunities? Number one, the government must understand that as of today, the data needed to drive this digital economy is not available to my brother in Borno State. It's not available to my brother in Jigawa State. The data is expensive. So the government must look how to demystify this data accessibility to make it cheaper for an average youth to have development. Because without data, there's no digital economy. We're just speaking grammar. So, as at the time I had the opportunity of having conversation with Diaspora University, if I do not have access to data, that process will not be completed. That process will be truncated along the way. So, the government must rise up through intentional private-public partnership. I'm surprised that up to now, more than 10 to 15 financial institutions in Nigeria declaring billions every quarter as profit, either before tax or after tax. The question is, out of that billions that are being declared every quarter or 3 times in a year, right? So what is the percentage that is going into education trust fund? Out of that profit, what percentage is going into direct into research? Of having conversation with Diaspora University. What percentage of that profit before tax or after tax, what percentage is going into training the government, the youth on artificial intelligence? What are the percentage? If the percentage is not there, that young boy in Jigawa State cannot understand what we are saying because data is expensive for him. If today our NGO, Africa Bridge Initiative, we have partnership with NDLA in Lagos State. In the last 6 months, we've been talking to about 300 senior secondary schools on drug abuse. All right? And you'll be shocked to know, even within Lagos as a city, so many youths are still underprivileged when it comes to data accessibility. So if data accessibility is still underprivileged for that young boy in Lagos, not to talk of my brother in Kano State, how do we bring the price down? Because the telecommunication industry, they are robbing us, especially the youth. Youth, am I speaking your mind?
Yes, sir.
Am I speaking your mind? The telecommunication industry, they are what? They are robbing us. They are defrauding us. They are cheating us. It is too expensive. I'm speaking on behalf of 70 million Nigerian youths. The data must be accessible for an average youth. Data as of today is not accessible to all of us. Whoever is sent to you, whether it's a minister, whether it's senator, that is saying data is accessible to everybody, is lying, is defrauding Nigeria.
That's true. That's right. That's right. Thank you very much.
We need data. We need quality and accessible and affordable data in every village. And it is possible if only the government are ready. And if they are ready, we are ready to partner with them to push it and make sure that the market is well saturated. But it must be at affordable, accessible rates. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for this wonderful contribution. Ma'am, this question goes to you.
I'm speaking on behalf of 70 million Nigerian youths. The data must be accessible for everyone.
This question goes to you, ma'am. In 1 minute, please.
Accessible to all of us.
What role can digital platform play in strengthening peace, reducing misinformation, and fostering unity across diverse ethnic and religious groups?
And accessible and affordable data in every village, and it is possible.
Yes, digital platforms or tools.
It's a big role because you are bringing people together and sensitizing them. Because at times in the social media, let me say the digital platform, you have about 50% of some of the messages.
This question goes to you.
I don't know how you look at it. They are false. Some are fake. Some are manipulated. So if
misinformation,
the recommended agencies, like we are in training in 2 days on communication, strategic communication in my office.
Digital platforms.
We've been trained on how to correct the anomalies in the digital space. If the digital space is open and regulated, we should be able to send positive messages. Messages that teaches. Messages that corrects. Messages that debunk fake ones, because they are fake ones. In the digital space, like, we're talking about even these cartoons and because part of the institutionalization projects that we are working on is to have a cartoon content based on our cultures, on our values, on our languages, because our children are learning what are not real. You see some of the cartoon they watch, you see boy and girl, and all these things are entering their brain. Those are not our culture. So the digital space is very important, but it should be regulated. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, my panelists, for the wonderful answers that you have brought to us. So before you take your seat, I would like to give chance to one person. If anybody have questions to ask, you can direct the questions to them, please.
On our values, on our languages, because our children are learning what are not real. You see some of the cartoons they watch, you see boy and girl, and all these things are entering their brain.
Okay, so remember, I'm the man with the mic, and mic means man in charge. So to be gender sensitive, I will take one male, one female, because of time. So you are already automatically qualified for World Cup automatically. Let me go and look for those that are playing qualifiers. My brother, they say ladies first, so don't be gender balance.
Chance to one person.
Mini, mani, mo. Father has a donkey. Donkey died. Father died. Mini, mani, mo. She stood first.
Thank you very much. I think I'm the luckiest person. Our panelists, you've done justice to this session. I just want to ask, because if we just listen to ourselves, all is about training. And while growing up, we are from different background and ethnic group, cultural and religious background. So my question goes like this: as if all of us seated here and those outside that we are now trying to rehabilitate back to the society, we are from home. Now mama and papa that then give birth to us. So you can see that we seated here, there are challenges that we face as a human being, but we didn't relearn. That is resilience, gotten from the cultural background from our parents. So it all boils down to parenting. If you don't transfer, because it's communicated, you transfer good values, inculcate values to your younger generation, they grow with it. And those that are out, especially sir, from the correctional center, if you are interacting with them, I believe that majority of them, if they open up, you will know that it's either peer pressure or lack of parenting. So my question goes like this: what can government do? Because if you are not well trained, you cannot give to the society what you don't have. So if you are trained and you see that in this world you have to face challenges, but how do you overcome it? It makes you a resilient person. As a youth, Nigerian youth, we are resilient. But if, like now, getting into relationship and probably getting into marriage without having any foundation, what kind of children, what kind of generation are you bringing forth? So my question is, what is the policy about this? Forgetting the religious background and ethnic and cultural value. What is that? Because we see that it's affecting us. It's affecting us. If a child is going into marriage underage, and if you are not trained and you are bringing forth generation, what are you going to give back to the society? What is government doing about this early marriage? Thank you. Give to the society what you don't have.
The passion with which she answered that question. Okay, you're in trouble. Okay, so in the first panel, I was going to ask the question. Only one guy. If he asks now, it will mean I'm being partial. So I want to use my power as the man in charge to add one more lady to it. Power sweet.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Hannah. I'm a development communicator and journalist. My question is for the African Bridge Connect CEO right there. So playfully you had said that youths are angry, youths are hungry, and I really do abide with that. But I also like to ask playfully if you can place a hungry man on a computer, if he's going to understand anything there. But also, away from that, it is very important that youths are available when opportunities come, and I like the fact that you mentioned this. But also there's a question of interest. If, for example, in my very remote community, I see big boys and big girls who are able to afford data and they can buy houses and buy cars and whatever it is that they use all of these monies to get. When these organizations come to my community and then they start to talk about AI, trying to bridge digital divide, trying to make data